Warning, I open with a demo with flashing colors for specific reasons. Skip to the time on screen to avoid the photosensitivity danger. After episode 1 of the demos with drstclair, I had 3 ready to go for my next video. But as with the last edition, one demo rushed to the front of the line with its release date in a few weeks. So it changes things up a bit, but pushes me to actually work on the video. So it may cause a change, but encourages me to actually be productive. With productivity comes a theme for all these demos. They all feel like sequels or new spins on retro games. So let's start with the game that got me back on the content creating grind, Evil Egg. It comes from Ivy Sly, who had a massive hit a couple years ago with a game that some of my subscribers may have subbed to me for. Your only move is hustle. Evil Egg is a single player twin-stick shooter that feels like the sequel to the 1982 arcade game Robotron 2084. Other than being a roguelike, the biggest difference between Robotron and Evil Egg is the visuals. The demo opens with a photosensitivity warning, and rightfully so. And while the visuals seem like a lot, they don't get in the way of the fast-paced gameplay. In fact, because of the flashing colors, it almost adds more tension amidst the chaos. Compared to Robotron, gameplay feels a lot more modern. A boost is given to players right from the get-go, meaning when more and more enemies are added in ladder waves, you have a fast way to navigate around them. The only criticism I have leans more on the praise. I talked about in the beginning about this demo causing me to be productive. While I should have been writing the script, I kept starting up new rounds. Even when I should have been recording, I kept booting up the demo. I can see why arcades made such a killing in the early and mid 80s when home consoles were just lines and dots. People would get hooked on games that they could not play at home and would put quarter after quarter into a machine. Luckily here, Evil Egg is not a game you will be dropping your pocket change into with each play. Seeing how Ivy Sly priced Your Only Move is Hustle, Evil Egg won't even be close to the price AAA games are in 2025. It's one to be looking forward to if you like addicting games or are nostalgic for the arcades of 40 years ago. Keeping with the retro modern games, we have Dono's Tale, a game that I backed on Kickstarter when it relaunched. Dono's Tale doesn't hide its inspiration, as the demo's first few levels feel like they are very much like Yoshi's Island, one of my all-time favorite Nintendo games. Some of the enemies and powers feel like they are copy and paste from the SNES cart, if I'm being totally honest. Dono's Tale does a few things that differentiate it from its big inspiring factor. For starters, no whiny baby crying when you take a hit. Dono has health that you will be managing instead of time acting as your life. The demo also has very forgiving checkpoints and no lives, meaning that if you are stuck dying at the same part of the level, you don't have to continue fighting to get to that part. Dono has abilities that he learns, uses, and can swap on the fly instead of looking for transformation bubbles. The abilities are cool too. One is a shell shield that has a few uses. It can reflect attacks, cause projectiles to ricochet, and can be used to bounce against spikes. And I feel like every ability has multiple uses. Overall, the demo gets me hyped for what is to come. Nintendo has treated Yoshi titles like they are for children since Yoshi's Story on the N64. Like many other titles, looking to indie developers provides you with what you're looking for when the mainline series keeps missing the mark. The final game hits your nostalgia bone in a genre popular in the 90s and a specific game. Captain Wayne Vacation Desperation is a boomer shooter of a sailor with a shotgun for an arm that speaks in one-liners like another popular protagonist of boomer shooters. When playing the demo, I was having a lot of trouble getting it to play. I almost set it to the side. It kept crashing every time I tried to run the level select. But when I finally got it to work, it was when I picked the endless mode. As I was writing this script, I saw the demo got an update, along with the release date of November 25th, right before Americans gather with family for a nice dinner. The endless mode gives you a good idea for what to expect from Captain Wayne. It lets you try his different weapons, some of which you don't get to use in the early levels, see the different enemies, it lets you get the feel for the movement, it lets you soak it all in. With the new update, it gets you into the structure of levels and gives you a taste of how boomer of a shooter it is. It isn't like a lot of modern shooters where you have to live in cover. Captain Wayne soaks up a good amount of enemy fire and heals up pretty easy with a lot of shrimp that's lying on the ground. Cutscenes in the game use animation I closely connect to the 90s show Cow and Chicken or the platformer Pizza Tower. It offers a nice take to tell the story and give you an idea of the characters when you only see Captain Wayne's arms and weapon, which it does keep the same animation style when in first person. Playing the demo made me look back and think that I didn't play a lot of boomer shooters growing up. Still had a lot of fun, but when my first shooter was Halo as a kid, playing this style of genre makes you realize how bad at it you actually are.